We all want to break free from those old ways of thinking about our customers. And so it is with my pleasure to get our day kicked off and to bring on stage our CEO and founder, Mikkel Svane.
A year ago, we launched our own sales software, Zendesk Sell. And this is a place where we put conversations at the center of the sales experience. For too long, most traditional sales tools have hindered sales conversation. They often focus on the sales process, and they force everybody involved to fill out a whole range of fields and data that is mostly used for managing kind of the sales operations. There's a lot of logging, there's a lot of activity tracking, and you have to build these advanced queries to kind of actually figure out what's going on between you and your customers, instead of just helping you better engage with your customer or with your prospects. These sales tools often get in the way. So with Zendesk Sell, we really try to have everything be about the conversation between you as a business and your customer. Whether you are in the mobile app, you're texting a prospect, or you're using the website, where all the conversations are easy to manage, are easy to find again, and really easy to give you an impression of the dialogue, the conversation you have with your customers and your prospects. Our focus with Sell is very much the same that it is with Zendesk Support. And with all Zendesk products, we build it for the users, and we try to really make it possible to set your customer information free. And that's why we're increasingly bringing our Zendesk Support and Zendesk Sell products together, so it's easier for sales and it's easier for support to collaborate, to support each other, to work on customer conversations, and ultimately also make it easier for the customer to engage with the organization so they don't feel that it's two decoupled departments. And also we want to make it easier for businesses to purchase and use this kind of software. And with that in mind, we launched something we call Zendesk Duet earlier this year. It's a joint super seat for support and sell. It's aggressive priced at $59 per seat, and it makes it easier to unite customer service and sales teams because everybody has access to everything. The super seats give you access both to Zendesk Support and to Zendesk Sell. And as a buyer, you don't have to figure out and decide who's getting access to what systems. Everybody has access to everything, and you can focus as one organization on your customer. And finally, we're trying to make the sales experience centered around conversation with Zendesk Sell and with the new Duet offering.
It's very exciting for me to be able to bring up on stage Matt Price, who's our SVP and General Manager of Zendesk Sell. Matt?
So for the last year, we've done a lot of work on enhancing and continuing to enhance the way that the product is extensible. And that forms the basis of our announcement today with applications. So today, we're really excited to announce applications for Sell. They provide a really useful way of extending an application. So within apps for Sell, as you'll see later on, you can very easily plug in information from other sources. And we're really excited that we're launching now with a number of applications that can just be plugged in that are part of that ecosystem. In fact, Zendesk Support already has over 500 apps available to it. And many of these vendors now who have developed applications for Zendesk Support are taking those applications and tuning them slightly such that they can work with Zendesk Sell as well. So I'd like to bring on my first guest today, who is Bernard Desano, and he's from Rinse.
Rinse was started 6 years ago in San Francisco to provide a more convenient solution for dry cleaning and laundry. We are operating now in 5 markets in the US, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Boston, Chicago, and Washington, D.C. The company is still very much focused on being a consumer service. What we did, though, earlier this year, we started a business-to-business initiative, reaching out to companies. We created a packaging of our product and service that we call Rinse for Business. And we basically leveraged the data insights that we had from our systems to realize that we already had pretty high penetration in specific markets of employees within those companies. And we figured, let's accelerate that. And how to accelerate that was to create a package that we can now bring to HR organization, people who do total rewards benefits, to enable Rinse to all their employees.
And this is a trend that actually at Zendesk we see with a lot of our customers is who are in B2C businesses and then start to extend their route into B2B. And I guess the natural shift from that is obviously you have a customer service team that's used to supporting consumers,
right,
but you need a sales team to sell to businesses, right?
Yeah, we clearly very quickly, so the project started with me and the CEO and another person doing some growth hacking type work, and very quickly we had to expand beyond from a team standpoint from that, and to also expand on the tool side from we were using Asana and Google Sheets and Slack, and that was clearly not scalable. We were losing insights. So very quickly we decided to, without making a huge investment in terms of people, we created a team within the company, and we started creating the processes and the workflows, and we needed a CRM system to do that, and we chose Sell to power us through it. And the main reason was really the ease of use and ease of implementation. We literally were up and running within 2 weeks from the moment we decided to use Zendesk Sell to the moment we were starting to be productive with it. So that was really a very big selling point for us. We didn't have to think about hiring consultants and other people to try to determine our workflows and whatnot. We were able to go up and running super fast.
Now, so when we first launched Zendesk Sell, we knew teams worked side by side, but what we didn't realize how much selling customer service people ended up doing, even if they didn't know it, and how much supporting salespeople did. And in fact, we recently did a study and we said, okay, of all of the salespeople and service people, what's the overlap? How many of you use each other's tools? And we found that 80% of people needed to use each other's tools, but a lot smaller number than that were actually doing it. And the reason we found was that for somebody who's an occasional user of a product, you don't want to have to pay a full license or full seat for, which was why we decided to launch Duet. And as those of you in the keynote earlier today will know, our primary goal that is to make sure that the economic decision is put out of the window and you can really just start to use them. But what's also interesting to us is the pairing and the relationships that go on between sales and service. Rockbot, what is it? Have I heard about it? Have I experienced your product before?
Probably if you've been to a restaurant or a bar or a hotel around this city or many others.
No, I never do anything like that.
We're Smarter Media for Business, so we provide commercially licensed music as well as TV to everything from corporate offices and apartment buildings to all the main places you'd think of, like stadiums, amusement parks, restaurants, hotels, fitness. So about 15 different verticals that we work with.
So the sales team's job, just as much as the support team's job, to do support and to do sales and to help the customer throughout that entire journey. Yeah. And that we've used the tools through Zendesk to really improve that and make visibility a massive opportunity there. That fence is maybe a glass wall now.
Yeah.
We've been able to have our salespeople involved in kind of our franchise organizations. That we have a lot of franchise organizations that have crazy structures. Some of them need support, some of them are still in the sales cycle, and so building that out as one customer is a massive thing that we can track and maintain and understand in one tool.
Being able to know what's happening down to the details with the customer, and before we had the integration and all the visibility, we would be calling somebody and find out they had an internet outage this morning and their music cut out, and it was just not a good time to be giving them a call. And so we're able to understand that and make sure that we're either helping or waiting for the right moment when they're happy. And on the same side, we also get past a lot of opportunities now as well, where support identifies that a customer just had a good experience. Maybe here's they're opening some new locations, things we might not have been aware of. And now it's just green light, pass it over. We know that whole conversation, and we can engage on the sales side really easily.
So, what we've been able to hear from Bernard and Lucas and Brandon is really how, from a business perspective, this merging of service and sales is really coming to life, and how the conversation is not just about conversation with customers, but conversation between sales and service, but also conversations outside of that as well. And I wanted to now just welcome on Josh Bean, who is going to take us through how this looks in real life.
Well, I'm so excited to share with you today apps in Zendesk Sell. Sell has always made it easy to track all of your conversations with your prospects and customers. The activity feed clearly shows you all of your texts, your emails, and your phone calls, even with a recording and an outcome. And earlier this year, we also brought support into the conversation. So this means a support agent can see all the relevant deal details, and a sales rep can see all support cases, whether they're in sell or support. Additionally, if a support agent has a ticket which is sales related, they can click a button and send that over into sell as a brand new lead. But as you think about all of these conversations and keeping them in these tools, you begin to ask yourself, what are these conversations about? You frequently see these are about a pending contract. Maybe it's a recent purchase that you made online. Perhaps it's a campaign that marketing sent out. It could be about a support ticket or some type of document that you're collaborating on. And traditionally, this exists in all these different windows, and you find yourself bouncing around trying to understand what you're talking about with your customers. So with Zendesk Sell, we've brought the apps into the conversation. So as you're having all of these conversations with your customers, you now have apps with information about what your conversations are about. So let's take a look at a few of our new apps. We're really excited to have apps like the Mailchimp app, which allows you to see all of your recent campaigns that were sent. You can see if it's been clicked on, if it's been opened, and you can even subscribe someone to a brand new campaign. We've got apps like the PandaDoc app, which bring the e-signature component directly into the sales experience. And for all of your other document needs, Google Drive is a great way to store relevant files alongside your leads, contacts, and deals. And when it's time to actually collect the money, the FreshBooks app allows you to create new invoices, view collection history, and even see upcoming invoices. I've shown you a few of the apps that we're introducing as a part of the early access program. And we're really lucky to have partners like GetResponse, Shopify, HubSpot, and many more who are joining us for the program. The apps that I've shown you today are available now through the early access program. We're also accepting a limited number of additional partners. So if you'd like to build an app for Sell, we're beginning to open that up. Thank you so much. I really think you're going to love them.